guys in the room in my business did it in 2. Ooh, kill him. And I didn't even know them. I hadn't even met them in person until they already did it. Oh, nice to meet you, Eric Augustine. I called him the day he hit diamond. I said, you hit diamond? Who are you? How did I not know you existed in my business? Out here in Florida, right? A year and a half ago, I met 2 people out here in Florida, one of them being my buddy Chad and the other being my buddy Ryan. 2 people were in Vemma, right? This is what the compound effect does. This is what that one decision, that one thing that you, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, and you do it and it changes the course forever. Butterfly effect, right? Yeah. So I knew 2 people were doing Vemma. I wanted to start a network in Florida because, like Tanner was saying, we live in between a bunch of cornfields. And so I flew out here on my own time. I was a gold leader. Who's hit gold in here before? A few arms all the way around, right? So I was a gold leader at the time. I was making about $500-600 a month with no boss. And I had quit, and I flew out on my own time, with my own money, and I met these 2 guys. And my buddy Anton, my upline, he was like, dude, you're gonna go out there for 2 people? Don't do that. Don't go out there for 2 people, dude. That's not worth your time. And I did it anyways. Because I knew that the small decisions have the biggest effect in the long term. So those 2 people got fired up with me. I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I was just excited as hell, and these guys thought I was a millionaire. And we got out the whiteboards, we started writing the networks, drawing them out. We had a few meetings here, a few meetings there, nothing like this. Absolutely nothing like this. Like, I'm talking about one-on-ones. Like, a few friends here and there. Like, nice to meet you, dude. Like, trying to bring a few people into the group. And what I want you guys to realize when you start taking some notes or in this training right now is in the beginning how valuable those first ranks are. How valuable that first time that you had a prospect, the first time that you enrolled someone, Merrill, who's in your business now a year and a half down the road. And some people come back to me a month, 2 months in, and they're like, dude, it's just like, I need to do more. Like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And I'm like, you've got people in your business that are excited. Like, you have people, you've made stuff happen already. Do it again, right? It's not going to happen overnight. Will Smith says you don't just set out to build the biggest, baddest wall ever. You just start with 1 brick at a time. 2 people. There's literally a picture of Ryan Kelly, I think you remember, with like 3 people on the couch, and us speaking, or like Chad speaking to 3 people on the couch.
Yeah.
3 of them. Like the couch in the middle of the room to make it seem like there's more people or something. I don't know. They took a picture. Yeah, you guys took a picture. You probably uploaded it on Facebook or something, right? The revolution. Like, hey, like 3 people, right? Doesn't seem like a lot. But where did you start?
3 people.
3 people.
Actually, 1 person.
Well, yeah, one guy. I told you a whole story the other day about calling Mr. Morgan and Mr. Adams over with Luke Kish and Captain Morgan and Sam Adams. Yeah. Right, guys. What I want everybody to understand is that core group that you start, that you'll build. Take some notes from what these guys did and how they started that core group that took them, so far. How I've gotten some of these guys that have been in this now for a year. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know they existed. They're from a completely different place in the world, and now we're good friends. Now we work together. Now we have the same vision, the same goal, and we're benefiting a lot of people on a daily basis. So remember, it starts from just a few. I introduced it to one of my friends. I was kicking outdoors. He was 23. I was 19 at the time, and he was like, dude, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you're younger than me. I don't know about that, dude. It sounds too good to be true, right? And I said, I'm going to do it anyways. That's a powerful statement. I'm going to do it with or without you, with or without you, with or without you, right? Love you to death, but I'm going to do it with or without you, right? That's a powerful statement. To someone that wants you, they say, oh, so you want to sign me up, I bet, huh? Have that happen all the time. I was Skyping with one of Ryan's buddies, and he was just like, and I was telling him how excited I was and all this stuff and all the things that were happening. He was like, so you want me on your team, huh? I was like, well, not necessarily. Not really.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I said, look, I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't care if you join or not. You know why? Because, well, my buddy Eric's in this business, and he's a freaking man. And my buddy Andrew's in this business, and he's got the results that I want, and so I don't really need you to join. I've got the people I need, but I'm looking for people that are looking for us. And you know what happened when I said that? He said, all right, well, we'll sit down for lunch. I said, okay, perfect. So just remember that when you decide, when you make a decision, when you close yourself on this business, right, that means that you're not just coming back here because Tanner told you, Jeremy, dude, you got to show up. You came back here because you were fired up. You were inviting somebody else to come back. You want wanted somebody else to hear about this because you get it, you're fired up already, that's great, but you brought me over to the school so we can sit down with a few people to see how we could possibly help in some way, shape, or form, right? The smallest thing. You don't have to go far to find somebody struggling. So you find that core group of people, you're not going to need anybody else. Those people, you'll start to attract people that are like that. People walk into this house and they know something's going on. They feel the energy. There's people all over the room doing different things, connecting with different people, all doing something at the same time, exchanging smiles and being positive and happy to have everybody in the room. So it's insane what you can do as an individual, and then you bring 2, 3. One person by themselves, they can't do it all. Anybody who's become successful, there's probably a few people that they contribute that to on the way, right? So one person by themselves can't do it. Tanner and I, we get excited about that's cool, dude. We're going to be all day talking about this is great, dude. Yeah, man, call me tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. You call me tomorrow. We'll hang out most days of the week. Whatever. What? You call me first. And that's not going to go anywhere either. Because there's a lot of energy right here, but it's building up. But the minute that we find one more person, that next teammate, I don't know why it's 3, right? Am I right? It's 3, right?
Usually.
It's usually 3. Frenzy. The minute you find 3, it's like, yo, me, Tanner, and Jaeger, me, Tanner, and Alex, dude, we're going to sit down. Now we're going to be able to formulate a plan. Not just one person that's excited about an idea, not just 2 people where one's got an idea and I'm willing to follow, but 3 people where all of a sudden their opinions start to rise. The value in each individual starts to rise. Because if Eric and Chris and I go on a tour, which I encourage all you guys that are brand new in this business, a month, 2, 3, 4, whenever you decide to take this thing seriously, like as bad as you want it, as bad as you want to breathe type deal, you'll start to travel. You'll start to go places that you didn't go before. You'll start to break out of that comfort zone. I flew on my own time, my own money at 19 years old, all the way over here for 2 people. I had no idea who they really were. Met them on Skype a week before. 2 people's turned into over 500-600 active orders shipping out once a month. It took me 5 months to get a brand new 2013 BMW paid for by this company out there. And it took a few of these guys in the room that I'm going to bring up 2 or 3 months. So we're getting better. Those 2 or 3 people, those ideas that start to formulate the value that we placed on each other individually, because it's like, yo, give me an R. That's a sick idea, dude. What if we did this? You're like, that's even better. And then I'm like, Alex, what do you think about this? You're like, listen, cut off that, cut this out. What about this? Those 3 people, that core group, the 3 guys that you want to be riding around in that BMW, because you can't have 4 dudes in a car. And so that core group of people, you've got the 2 that start in the front seat, and then you got the guy in the back that's just jamming, right, or whatever. So, guys, without that, who wants to come up here?
Real quick, yo, I just got something to add on to that before you bring up the next person. How he's talking about you don't need like a lot. Right now, my network's got about 6,000 people in it. Guess how many people I knew before Vimo? Anyone want to shout out some guesses?
3.
Oh, I don't know if it's 3, but I know it's under 10. I know under 10 people before Vimo that are currently in my network right now, and that's what's led to this. You don't need everybody. You gotta realize when you're talking to somebody, they need you a lot more than you need them. Don't forget that. I just wanted to add that.
No, it's true. I think I knew 2 people. Watson. I'm gonna bring up my buddy Chris Watson. This guy is an absolute. I can't give you words. See, it doesn't happen. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna tell you why and what he did to kind of. Dude, he shifted my entire business. He shifted my entire business. The seesaw went like this when Watson joined. So guys, give it up for him. He's gonna tell you. Woo!
Well, yeah, guys, who's already in the business? All right, cool. Who has struggled in their business before? That's what I'm talking about, because we all can relate. And a cool story is my second night in Vimo, my first 4 nights, I couldn't sleep whatsoever, but my second night was the one that impacted me the most, because I was jacked out of my mind. I followed the system. I had about 20 to 30 of my friends get on Skype calls with Jaeger, Anton, Jeremy, CJ, Tom, and all of them said no. I thought Beam was the coolest idea whatsoever. I thought all my friends were going to say yes. All of them told me no. And this was before self-development and before the books. So that played with my head. I tossed and turned to about 4 or 5 in the morning on my mom's couch because I was just in from college. Tossed and turned about 4 or 5 in the morning, wondering if Beam was for me or not. And I was about to quit my second night in. I was pushing a button away from turning my olive oil off and saying, you know what, I can't do this. But something told me to keep going my why. I'm gonna tell you guys. I thought about if DEMA didn't work in my life, I didn't know what I wanted to do in school. I had already switched my major about 3 to 4 different times. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I know if I graduated college, that job wasn't guaranteed for me. So I thought about it. I had to work part-time somewhere, bussing tables or flipping burgers, and find an internship, and then eventually go work 40 hours a week, 9 to 5 traffic. I rode through in Miami because that's where I'm from. And if you look left and right and just study people, they're all miserable. They don't want to be on the road at 9, 8 in the morning. So I thought about that. I thought about having an average house, you know, average table, average entertainment, and I always had above average dreams and goals. I watch my mom and dad wake up in the morning, force coffee down our throats, get out the house. I just watched my grandmother retire. She worked 52 years of her life. She still complains about money. So then I thought about my life if DEMA did work. Because I grew up my whole life in Miami, traveling around playing basketball up the state of Florida. So I know how Coral Gables is in Miami. I know all the nice places, South Beach, but I grew up in a little urban area. So I always had a taste of the lifestyle because I grew up in a little urban area, went to school in the suburbs, so all my friends had money. I used to go to box heat games all the time and do all type of crazy stuff, but as soon as I leave there, I would go back home. And it played with my head. And I said, you know what, I want that. So when I was in school, I said, you know what, I'm going to go for my master's or my doctorates, become really, really, really successful. And I saw that DEMA was my first shot to do it. So that second night in, I thought about if DEMA didn't work, then I thought about if it really did work. And this just looked more appealing. I always wanted an all-white Ferrari. It really did. I always wanted an all-white 458 Spider Ferrari, red interior, black rims. I've always wanted that. Literally, I love that. It's on my background where my phone is. I always wanted a house on the water in South Beach somewhere because it's relaxing. Wake up in the morning, go get a cocktail from your chef or something, sit on your back patio, the water just coming in, reading a book or something. I always dream about that lifestyle. So I kept going. And the third day, I don't know why, but at the time this kid had around like 3,000 people in his network. I don't know why he hit me up that morning or that day, and I still have the post, and he hit me up randomly. I never reached out to him. He said, Chris, have you ever watched The Secret? I'm like, no, I don't even know what that is. You're trying to tell me a secret on Facebook? I don't know. So I was like, no, send it to me. I'll check it out. After that, he asked me, hey, did you ever check out Will Smith audio about success on YouTube? It's 9 minutes long. I was like, no. And thank God for him because now Will Smith became one of my, I would say, heroes or something. That's someone that inspires me the most from his story. But that third day in, I watched The Secret, and I listened to that Will Smith audio, and that made me want to keep going. So I was at FGCU, and I was there during spring break. I went back to school the next week, and I had that new positive mindset that I was going to make this thing work no matter what, and nobody could stop me. That next week, I had 5 people ready to go, 5 PEQs ready to enroll in my business. And I didn't know about placements. I didn't know about like the importance of frenzy and whatsoever. So what I did was I separated networks. I didn't even know how to build a power leg whatsoever. So I got my pledge brother, my pipe pledge brother, Eric right here, and then I put my best friend Nate on the other side of my business. They were real cool with each other, but separate. And from there, I just gave 3 people away. I didn't frenzy. I could have almost double frenzy, but I didn't. I gave 3 people away. Now what that did for me was I was able to watch this kid shoot past me in income, get his car 2 months on the dot. It took me 2 months, 29 days. I was happy for him because I watched him do it, grinding his ass off. Took me 2 months, 29 days to hit the car. It took me 5 months to reach 30K a year in DEMA. And I was strictly a basketball player before this. No business experience whatsoever. But I say that short story to say this, guys. If you're going through hell, keep going. Because you never know what's on the other side of it. You literally don't. My life, I can't tell you guys how important it is that a book called, who read Secrets of a Millionaire Mind? Just call. That book is really great. They talk about problems and everything, right? So you have problems 1 through 10. Let's say, and as people, we're 1 through 10 as well. So let's say you have a 7 problem, but you're a 5 person. You're not really struggling. You just have to grow into the person, an 8, 9 person, so that problem could look minuscule to you. So that's what happened with me. I didn't self-develop that much in the beginning. I didn't grow into that type of person that I wanted to be to make my business successful. So in my eyes, I was struggling when really I wasn't. I just wasn't a leader that could possibly build a business to where I wanted it to be. So what did I do? Started listening to Jim Rohn audios. Started to read the books. Started to watch inspirational movies. And like Jim Rohn says, success is not something you pursue. What you pursue eludes you. Like a butterfly, go try to catch a butterfly, what's it gonna keep doing? It's gonna elude you. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So you have to, what I'm telling you guys is struggling here, you guys have to become an attractive person. Become a person that if someone walks in and say, you know what, I want to follow him because he knows where he's going. And that will literally take your business to the next level. And what I want to do for a few minutes is, this kid right here, he's younger than me, my pledge brother, he literally built self-confidence in me, and he's in my business. So if you don't take it from me, I want you 2-3 minutes, my boy Eric, to come up and share his story. What gave him that mindset? Because this kid is a fucking gunner. Like, he's in my business, but I'm locking arms with him as far as outside of Beamer. Because I know we have things lined up. Like, when we're billionaires. There's 1,176 billionaires. 7 of them are African American. I'm going to be the 8th one. Look at him.
Alright guys, like he was saying, you gotta know where you're going in this thing. I think that's how I shut up to 100% car qualified in 2 months. Him getting his car in 2 months and 29 days, strictly because of the fact that we knew exactly where we were going. It didn't matter about this whatsoever. It didn't matter about this man making 6 figures in 7 months, dude. It didn't matter about any of that, man. It mattered because we were so convinced, dude. We had our goals set. We knew exactly what to do. We didn't even know how to build this thing whatsoever, dude. We were giving PEQs away left and right. I remember my friend Corey, he was all pissed off. He's like, bro, why didn't I get the money from the customers? Because he gave it like 10 people away, dude. Like, we didn't know what we were doing whatsoever, but it doesn't matter because we were excited as shit. And that's the thing, is they look at you in the eyes. They look at you dead in the eyes, dude. And they look at you. If you look away, you're fucked. It's just like that. Right? They look at you in the eyes and can this person take me to where I want to go? If the answer is yes, you're good. If the answer is no, you're still good. You just have to tweak a couple things and make it yes. And that's all we did, man. We just knew exactly where we were going. Who has test driven their car that they're getting? I test drove it 8 times. 8 times in 2 months. I want my car. I strictly did the business for the car. Straight up. Right? After that, once I saw a way of making 6 figures, of course I want to run with it, man. And I mean, I want a Porsche, but hey, that's another story. Right? So, we knew where we were going. We knew exactly what we wanted to get. And that's the thing, it didn't matter what anyone said. I didn't even tell my parents. I didn't tell my parents until my mom went up to my brother and said, I think Eric's selling weed. Because I had a big briefcase and it was always stuffed with books, and she probably thought it was coke or something, man. Just going in and out of the house, you know, looking sketchy, so, you know, that's what I had to actually tell her. I just wanted to come home with the BMW, but other than that, man, right, you gotta know where you're going in this thing, 100%. If you're not working towards a goal, you're dying. If you are not working towards a goal, you're swinging in the dark, man. You gotta know exactly what you're going for, exactly what you want, write it down on paper, and like I say this a lot, what's your name? Jackie, you in your shoes right now cannot make $100,000 a year. But you a year from now, after reading the Donald Trump books, after watching the YouTube videos, after watching Andrew Yeager, Anton Neugebauer, can't even pronounce his last name, right? After reading all the books, after getting good at public speaking, rejection, that you can make $100,000 a year. Write down the person that is making $1 million a year, dude. What does he smell like? What kind of hair does he have? What kind of shoes is he wearing? What type of fucking gas does he put in his Lambo? Lambos doesn't take cheap gas, man. Like, they take 93 octane. You gotta know in detail what type of shit that you need, right? What does your girl look like? Know every single thing and work towards that person. Every single day, if you're not working towards that person, you're dying, dude. And from there, we stopped associating with ourselves with our fraternity brothers. Yeah, dude, they were my best friends. I moved out of my frat house, right? Yeah. Right? I moved out of that house because, dude, if the people you're with, if your girlfriend thinks this is a stupid idea, just ditch her, man. Robert Kiyosaki says B's and I's only, dude. You will go through hell if she's an employee. She does not understand what entrepreneurship is. You need to build an empire with your girl, with your guy, whatever it may be. All right, so like boiler room is like, mom and dad doesn't agree with this. Fuck you, mom and dad. See how you feel on making the payments on your Lexus. Like, right? So, yeah. So watch it.
Hey, you should promote that shit on the
Oh yeah, like that. It didn't matter what happened with us, man. We knew we were gonna make it, so it didn't matter how many times we fell on our ass. Same thing as that. They fell on their ass so many times. So did we. Why did we? Because we wanted it so bad. What happened with us, man, is that our uplines that helped us out a lot. I remember Tom Allen, CJ Sturgis, I didn't know Jeremy at the time, but Anton Neugebauer and Andrew Yeager. They used to do all of our calls for us, right? They went to Vegas one weekend for about, I don't know, was it like 4, 5, 6 days?
Yeah, that's
Right?
I
They
was,
didn't,
I was there for a week.
for a whole week? A whole week. We didn't have any uplines. Most people in my organization right now would not have done what we did. What did we do? We still did the calls. We just tried over and over and over again. Now, don't tell them, they were god awful. I have recordings of them. I'm just sitting there cursing at people, honestly. I don't know what I was saying. I was just furious at the world of why I didn't know how to make money. Right? But we got better. And by default, you get better. So dream bigger faster and fall on your ass faster, dude. My goal was to hit diamond in 3 months. I did it in 2. Because I saw it was possible in 2. And I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Right? Would you rather fall short of $1 million a year or $100,000 a year? $1 million, dude. So when you're training your downlines, when you're training your teammates, and they say, oh, I'm going to set a realistic goal, say, screw that, set a high-ass goal, and then influence them that they can do it. Because if they're not shooting high, dude, they're once again swinging in the dark. It's stupid to shoot low. Do not shoot low. Right? So, with that, guys, I don't know, where do you want to go next? Then other than that, guys, thanks for your time.
What's up, guys? I got a couple minutes. I gotta get on a line call at 10. So, these guys are talking about a lot of good shit, like just going out there, like knowing it, believing in yourself, like going out there and doing it and learning from your mistakes, man. I think the biggest thing is just making that decision. And once you make that decision, you gotta act on it. You know, and it's like for me personally, dude, when I started this business, I had 5 classes. I was the president of my fraternity, and I was the vice president of Greek Council at the University of Delaware, which oversaw like 50 chapters a week. I quit. Vice president, and I quit president of my fraternity. Like, I don't have time for this shit. I got millions of dollars. I didn't go out and party. Okay, I didn't really talk to Jaeger in the beginning. I talked to Smalls and Kish a lot, dude, and I was just up their ass, for lack of better words, about how to become successful in this business, man. I just went out and did it, right? And it's like I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew it was possible. I saw Tyler get his car in 2 months. I was like, if he can do it, I can do it. And I got my car in 2 months, right? And it's like you're worrying about what everyone else did, dude. You're worrying about seeing what's possible, but you're just like, they can do it, they can do it, they can do it, but can I really do it? I don't know. You know, you're shoving me on it. Yeah, dude, you can fucking do it. Why the fuck could you not? Legitimately, why the fuck could you not make millions of dollars in this company? You have what someone needs, you have what someone wants, right? Dude, and it's like if it doesn't make sense to you and you don't fully believe in yourself, you don't fully believe in what we're doing, then go educate yourself, man. Like go immerse yourself into the books, like go immerse yourself into the YouTube, like go immerse yourself into the audios. Like go immerse yourself to the point where there's not an ounce of doubt, worry, or fear in your mind. There's not a voice in the back of your head saying, oh, this, and this. Like mom and dad say this, and you're like questioning what mom and dad say. Mom and dad, dude, they don't know what we know, right? It's like your little brother or your little sister, your older brother, your older sister out there in the corporate world. Hey, my best friend Justin that got me involved, his brother works on Wall Street, called him a fucking retard for 6 months. Then he started making more money than him. What do you think he did then? He was like, holy shit, you're gonna retire me, keep doing what you're doing, right? Dude, and guess how? You can't let outside voices affect you. And if they do, then you don't have enough belief in yourself. You don't know for 100% fact that you're going to be successful. Right? And you're going to the home events and no one on your team showing up. You're going to setting up trainings and no one on your team is coming for the trainings. You're doing training calls and there's 5 people on a training call. You try to set up a team Skype. No one on Skype shows up. Dude, there's a reason for that. Like people come, like why are you guys here right now? Why are you guys here? Because you know the speakers here tonight have value. They have something to offer you. How did they get that? Dude, they immerse themselves into the books, the audios, the readings. All of that, the YouTube videos, right? So if you want people in your business to be what you're doing right now, add value to yourself first. Add value to yourself first. People show up because of you and what you have to offer them. Okay, it's like, yeah, dude, we had there's like half, or maybe not half, 3/4 of the people, okay, that were at the home event tonight are still here. Why? Because you know the people up here speaking have value, right? People don't come up to your trainings, they don't show up to your opportunity calls, they don't show up to your home events. You don't have enough value. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, dude, but add value to yourself. Straightforward. And you know whether you're reading the books, you know whether you're listening to the audios. I don't listen to music in a gym. I don't listen to the music in the gym. Like, I don't listen to music in the car. Like, dude, that's like, none of that shit pays me.
Okay, it's like Jordan Belfort, like Jim Rome, like Napoleon Hill, like all this guys, dude. Like all of the successful people, like go listen to what they have to say, because their shit is way more important than what Drake has to say. Even though I fucking love Drake, okay, but I'd rather become a millionaire and be able to have a fucking club beside him or a table beside him in the club live, and I can be boys with him and not just have to hear his music from over a radio or over the iPod. Dude, I'll be his best fucking friend because I'm spending just as much money as he is. Like, yeah, who do you think you are? It's like make the little sacrifices, dude. The little things add up. And if you're too big, what is the line? If you're too big for the little things, the big things. I got. Yeah, don't steal my thunder. Ask some guys. If you become too big for the little things, you become too little for the big things. If you become too big for the little things, the big things. Now I fucked it up again. You become too little for the big things.
Write it down like 100 times.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to write that shit down. Put it on my phone so I can read it every day. That's how I remember. Straight up, you do the little things, and that's gonna make a big impact. When you do the little things, you add a little value to yourself. That little value compounds over time, and that means you have a large amount of value to add to people. When you have a lot of value, and you hear Jim Rome say it, dude, right? When you bring a lot of value to the marketplace, that's when you develop wealth for yourself. You bring a lot of value to your Vima business, that's when you make a lot of money. That's when you do a lot of cycles. 100%, dude. Work harder on yourself than you do on your business, and you'll see the success every single time. You just know, like these guys said. And read every fucking book, watch every audio, or YouTube video, listen to every audio, until it's like, yeah, dude, I can do this. This makes perfect sense. And then go. Fuck yeah.
I'm going to say a couple things too, actually, because it kind of leads perfectly into what I have to say. So I'm going to talk about real quick too. Everyone in this room, you guys have all heard the word culture, right? Everyone knows what that is, right? You're non-stop, constant, you got to create a culture, right? You got to have a culture. Well, I feel like people put that word on a pedestal. My bad, bro. Watch your shit. People put that word on a pedestal, you know what I mean? And nobody really knows like actually what it is or really what it means. And you know, like Augustine was saying, people are swinging that in the dark, right? They're pissing into the wind. That's the one that I use. You know, but what a culture is, if you guys are taking notes, I'm gonna write this shit down because it has a big impact on me. All that a culture is a group of people collectively taking action towards one common goal. Just think about that for a second. Think about it. Like actually think about those words. A group of people that are collectively taking action towards one common goal. Right? So then the next question is, well, how do you inspire a group of people to all take action with you? Alright, if you're taking notes, once again, write this one down because it also has a huge impact on me. The only way, underline that, capitalize it, the only way to inspire action is by taking action. The only thing that inspires action is action. So you want to know how to create a culture, right? How do you do it? You take action. You take action yourself. What is going to happen is you're going to inspire one more person, dude. You'll inspire one more person to take action with you. Right? Now there's 2 people taking action. What's going to happen? You're going to inspire 2 more. Now you're going to have 4 people taking action, dude. Now you have 4 people all coming together every single day. You don't have to force people. You don't have to call people to show up, dude. Kish never called me and told me to come over to his house. I was there every day breaking his door down at 10 a.m. Literally every single day. Why? Because he was taking so much action that it inspired me, dude. Why I joined the business, small known fact, why I joined this business, because Kish stopped drinking. That was my drinking buddy telling me that he was done drinking. He found this and he was reading books. It's like, what? Dude, the last book I read was Captain Underpants. Literally, that's the last book I read cover to cover. I got involved in this business and I was like, I saw people that are going exactly where I wanted to go. Now, I heard this crazy concept where if you do what they do, you're going to get what they have. That's nuts. That's something that I've never really been taught. So all I started doing, started taking action with Luke. And what happened? Well, that inspired a kid by the name of Tyler Small to start taking action. And when he started taking action, then this kid turned to Simon and started taking action. Then after that, Newbauer started taking action. Then after that, we got Maggie Pippo taking action. And then after that, we found Jesse Munt. Jesse Munt started taking action. All of those people that I named that were in there from the very, very beginning, that were there taking action, that showed up every single day, are now making 6 figures plus. Dang. It's no secret, dude. It's literally no secret. If you want to make money in this business, you want to have a successful Vima business, you got to show up. You got to actually put in the work, dude. And something that's like, we were talking about that before. It's like, Victor, right? Vladimir? Close. I remember that now. Vladimir, dude, me and Vladimir were talking, and he told me, What was it that you said? That
You know, there's only two things you can control: your actions and your attitude.
actions and your attitude. Exactly, dude. And you know, something that I think you know is really big for people in this business is that when you start, a lot of people just aim. You know, think about if you go hunting, dude. You got your crosshairs right on whatever you're hunting. You're aiming. You never pull the freaking trigger. You're gonna go home with nothing. You know, aiming. Okay, reload, aim, get more ammo. Go back. I'm gonna aim some more, dude. And you don't actually do anything, dude. And you don't get anything. And you wonder why. You just pull the freaking trigger, dude. Fire, and then take a step back and aim. Dude, 10% of this business can be taught. Just media, just trainings like this, watching videos, can be, you know, reading books, things like that. The other 90% of this business needs to be learned through experience. Alright, so get excited to wake up every single day and fail. See how you can fuck it up tomorrow, dude. Yes. See how you can mess it up. If you talk to 10,000 people, and 10,000 people tell you to fuck off, you're probably pretty damn good at doing it. Dude, now you found 10,000 ways this business doesn't work, and guess what? There's 6,999,990,000 other people in the world that all don't like their job or don't make enough money, that are looking for what we have. And now you know damn well how to build this business. The only way you don't make money in this is if you do nothing, you freaking dig a hole in the ground and bury your head in it, dude, or if you quit. That's it. That's it, dude. That's literally it. If you want to figure this business out, go figure it out, dude. You know, Jeremy Bishop is great. I love Jeremy. Fuck Jeremy, dude. Dude, Tanner is the shit. Listen to him talk, he's awesome. Fuck him. Yo, I'm great, right? I love myself. Fuck me, literally. Fuck me, dude. Yo, your business, if I ask you whose business you're in and you tell me whose business you're in and you don't say, oh, I have, you know, this many people in my organization, it's my business, then you're doing something wrong. It is your business, dude. It's you down. Unless you want to make an extra couple $100 a week, which is completely 100% fine. But if you're in this business to take it as far as you want to go to make, you know, millions and millions of dollars like we talk about, think about how much effort it would take to make $1 million in anything. Think about how much effort it would take in anything. Are you doing that? Be honest with yourself. I'm not going to, don't answer, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter what you tell me, it matters what you tell yourself. Ask yourself these questions, dude. For me, right now, am I capable of making $1 million a year? No, I'm not. And I can say that and feel fine about it. Because I know that me today, like I forget Watson or Augustine, one of you guys said it, dude, me today has absolutely nothing to do with me a year from now, dude. 6 months, 1 month.
1 day.
A week, a day from now. Absolutely nothing. So how do you get better? What's the difference between Donald Trump, the bum on the side of the street? Their actions. They got 24 hours in a day. Both of them have 24 hours in a day. What is the difference? What it is that wealthy people make it a point to form habits that broke people don't want to do. You think Donald Trump was born some sort of freak that liked reading? You know what I mean? Some superhuman dude like reading these, like, you know, non-fiction books? No, dude. You didn't like it. Do I like reading now? Yeah. Did I start? No. Do I like listening to Success Audio? Yeah. Did I start my life listening to Success Audio? Hell no, dude. Kids tried to get me to listen to it. I was like, dude, I don't need this self-help bullshit. Get the hell out of my face. He literally, this is actually what happened and why I started self-developing. He punched me in the leg, and I mean, Kid's like a big dude. He's got a world record for deadlifts, and so he's big. I'm really competitive, so I hit him back. And then he ended up giving me some crazy fucking hold and just punched the shit out of my leg to the point where it was like I couldn't walk the next day. You know, so I came out like limp. I was like coming out of the house, like trying to hide it. You know what I mean? And he was just making fun of me so much for it. And then for the next like month, I swear to God, he just hit the same damn spot. Couldn't walk for a month. So finally, I was like, all right, dude, fuck it. I'll read. Give me a damn book. I read. My first 2 weeks, I didn't cycle at all. And then my last 2 weeks, I cycled 17 times. After I read a book, I read Business of the 21st Century. Right? And then I read Think and Grow Rich. And then I went from 17 cycles the next month to 29. Now then I listened to Compound Effect. I listened to Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. And I listened to, what was there? Oh, The Art of Recruiting by Art Williams. I jumped from 29 cycles to 59 cycles. My third month.
Damn.
Anyone in here can do it, dude. What's the difference? You made it a point to form the habits. Like Tanner said, dude, in the gym, I'm literally listening to Success Audio. When I'm in the car, listen to Success Audio. It gets you better. It's addicting, dude. Drinking doesn't make you happy, dude. Playing Xbox doesn't make you fucking happy. Trust me, I did a lot of both. And I thought I was happy, but I thought I was winning. I just didn't realize I was playing the wrong game. what makes you happy is progress, dude. Personal progress. Getting better as a person. That is something that is absolutely addicting, right? You make it a point to form the habits to do the things that broke people don't want to do and watch what happens with your life. Watch what happens with yourself. It is literally proven. It is literally proven, like psychologists have studied, takes 3 weeks to form a habit. So think about it like this. I'm going to break it all the way down. What is the difference between Donald Trump, the bum on the side of the street? For 3 weeks, Donald Trump decided to work as hard as he could. Now he's one of the richest people in the entire world, and the bum doesn't have a house. 3 weeks. Right? So, guys, something else, the last thing I want to say is commitment level in this business, I think, is anything. Because if you're fully committed, then you're going to have that, conviction when you speak, dude. That's something that literally cannot be hidden and cannot be faked. If you have that conviction when you're talking to somebody, like you truly know exactly where you're going, not where you want to go, not where you hope to go, but you know exactly where you're going, then that comes off. Like I said, it can't be hidden, can't be faked. Well, where does that conviction come from? It comes from your commitment level. Okay, what is commitment? Commitment, guys, is what's left when the emotion of the moment is gone. So tonight was a great night, dude. It was a great event. This has been a great training event. I think there's been a lot of really, really good things said. And everyone is probably going to leave here fired up. Don't use the door, just bust through the wall.
Hey.
Jeremy will fix it. Every time they have an event, people just bust through walls. But everyone's fired up, right? But then what happens when, I'm gone tomorrow and when Jeremy decides to take a trip? And then like none of these guys are here. What are you doing? What is your daily routine look like? Your friends are hitting you back up, say, yo, dog, let's go hit the bars. Xbox is just calling you. It's just turned on. One of those Xbox ones where like you walk in the room and right? What happens then? Are you gonna go back in your old routine? Or are you gonna stay on the same path? Dude, a new habit, like I said, it takes 3 weeks to form a habit, but a new habit is like a tree. It grows like a tree. Alright, I was listening to, I think it was a Darren Hardy audio, and he was saying that this old, like, wise dude, was with this young kid, and he told him to go, he pointed out the twig, he's like, go push that twig over. So the kid went over, one hand, he pushed the twig. Alright, and then he pointed out a little bit bigger one, it was like, knee high. He's like, alright, push that one over. So he went over, he took his whole hand, it was a little bit harder, but he pushed it over. Right, and then he pointed out a big one, it's about as tall as him. Like, alright, go push that tree over. So, he kind of struggled a little bit. He got, a rock, he got a stick, he started banging out the roots, he started, cutting some of the roots, and then ran into it full force, right? Finally, after a couple hours, push it over. Right, and then he pointed out, full-grown oak tree. Push that over. He was like, I'm not even going to try. Same thing with your habits. If you have a new habit, it's very, 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 very easy to get lost, to forget about it. Right, but if you have a habit that's been there for a while, you're not even going to try to break it. You're not going to want to. Pointless. Why would you try to run that oak tree down? It's there, dude. It is planted. If you make it a habit, dude, just wake up, read 20 minutes of a book. It's so, so small. The small things are what make huge differences in the long run. Think about a plane. You take off a plane. If you're in LA, you're going to New York, you change the nose of that plane 1 degree to the right, you're going to end up in Dover, Delaware, instead of New York City. 1 degree. Why? Because that small change in the very beginning, dude, over time in the long run, had a huge impact on where you ended up. Right now, we all get the very, very unique opportunity to get involved in this thing now, dude, when we're young. You have an opportunity to form the habits that'll take you wherever you want to go. And that is literally the only difference. That's the only difference. So leave here, dude, what is your commitment when we leave? When we leave here, what does your daily schedule look like? You show me someone's schedule, I'll tell you how much money they make. Literally. You show me someone's schedule, I will tell you their income. Right, but that's all I got. Jimmy, you got something you want to say? Or?
Yeah, real quick, guys. Thank you all for coming out here. This has been beneficial not only for me, but I think everybody could definitely use something like this. Recharge and take it and run with it. You guys know about Vima, when Andrew Yeager only makes right around $500,000 a year. You guys know about Vima when Alex Morton makes only $1 million a year. Right? You guys know about Vima when I only make $100,000 a year. Talk to me in a few months and I'll be in his position.
Better believe it.
Talk to them in a few months, they'll be in his position.
Better believe it.
Time shows, guys. 4 years spent at college, $100,000 in debt, 4 years spent in Vima.
My 5 grand bet.
Yes. So, yeah, other than that, no, thank you guys so much for coming out. This has been awesome. It's time for